And welcome to my channel, which is Complementary Economics. And today's class we're going to talk about one of the very interesting concepts, which is long run cost. That too we're going to talk about shapes, how exactly the curve shape is going to move. So in the previous classes I've already discussed about the short run production function, how curve shape is going to move. Exactly here also we're going to talk how the curves, the shapes of the curve, how it is going to move and what exactly the reason for it. So now you can see here x-axis you have a quantity and y-axis you have a cost. So definitely, as I said, in the long run, in the previous classes I've already discussed about it. In the long run we have only variable cost, not the fixed cost. So fixed cost not at all, it is a concept of the long run cost. So in this theory particularly we're going to talk about returns to scale theory. The returns to scale theory, it is one of a concept of a production theory. So even that is the reason why you have this kind of a shape of LRAC. Why you are getting this kind of a shape, particularly LRAC, the reason is the returns to scale theory. So even that we're going to talk about. So first of all, let me talk about. So what is the shape of the curves? So it can be MC curve and the LRAC curve. We say that it is U-shaped. So I have mentioned only MC curve, not only the MC curve, even LRAC curve, long run marginal cost and long run average cost. They both are, in the shape wise we are going to talk about, it is U-shaped. Now, x-axis, y-axis we already done with. So let's talk about the theory now. You can see here they both are starting at the same exact point. They both are starting at the same point. They both started at the same point. Both started decreasing. It is coming toward downside. Can you see that? So they both are coming towards the downside. So in this LRMC, this is the curve, which is the below one. LRAC curve is the broad U-shaped. So they both are decreasing, but so LRMC is this curve. The LRMC is below the LRAC curve. This is the LRAC. So LRMC is below the LRAC curve. They both at the beginning, they both are decreasing. When both are decreasing, first MC curve decreases more than the LRAC curve. LRMC is going to diminish more than the LRMC curve. So LRAC curve. Can you see this sleeve? Okay. So LRMC is coming down. First, before LRAC, LRMC is going to reach its minimum point. Can you see this minimum point? The lowest point here. So LRMC is going to reach its minimum point before LRAC. LRAC's minimum point is this. LRMC's minimum point is this. LRAC's minimum point is this. So LRMC reaches its minimum point first. Then LRMC will start increase. It will start raising. Can you see here? LRMC is started increasing. Now, when LRMC is increasing, it is going to cut LRAC at this point. Can you see this point? From the below, LRMC is going to cut LRAC in this particular point. In this particular point, LRAC is also at its minimum point. It is at minimum point. Can you see LRAC? It is decreasing here. This is the least point of LRAC. When LRAC at its minimum, then LRMC from the below. See, LRMC, it is from the below. It is going to cut LRAC in this particular point. That point is M. That point talks about, in that particular point, LRMC is equal to LRAC. In this particular point, LRMC is equal to LRAC. So after this, what exactly happening? After this point, in this particular point, when LRMC is equal to LRAC, the quantity what we are is the concept what I have written here in the point wise to make you understand in the better way. If you are not able to understand few of the couple of lines, so you can make a notes from these all points what I have written on this. So now, till now, I don't think so you will be having any kind of a doubt, because till now I am talking about only shapes of a curve. Till now I am not discussed about one of the concept, which is returns to scale theory. What is the connection between the cost and the production function? See, anywhere you're going to produce, so definitely the factors what you're going to use, that really matters. The kind of factors you're going to use, on the basis of that you're going to spend money. The factors what you're going to use, on the basis of that the cost will be decided, investment will be decided. So definitely yes. Now you have to analyze why LRAC is this particular shape, broad U shape. Why? What is the reason behind LRAC is very broad U? What is the reason behind it? The reason behind it is a simple reason, that is the returns to scale theory is the reason. So let me explain how now. So you can see here points. The production function, the long run production function. If you remember, if you want to know what exactly the long run production function, yeah, the returns to scale theory, you have to see my previous videos for that. So because one of the 4-mark question, it is on long run production function, yeah, returns to scale theory. So one of my video, I really invested on the law of returns to scale theory. So right now I am adding both the concept. One is a cost and the one more is the production function. The long run production function, you have 3 stages in the returns to scale theory. The 3 stages are, the first one is IRS, which is increasing returns to scale. The second one is CRS, which is constant returns to scale. And the third one is diminishing returns to scale, which will be DRS. There are 3 stages in the production function: IRS, CRS and DRS. How exactly it is connected to LRAC, I am going to connect that now. So now, at the beginning, otherwise you can say that before M, before point M, where LRAC is coming towards downside. Can you see this? So this LRMC is decreasing. If LRMC is decreasing, the simple logic behind this, cost is decreasing. The simple logic, the cost is coming down. Can you see? This is the cost. This is nothing but the cost. The cost is coming down. That means cost is decreasing. If the cost is decreasing, definitely the quantity output is going to increase. If the cost is coming down, the logical answer is quantity is going to answer. Being a producer, always you want to reduce your cost of production. If you're going to reduce your cost of production in only that sense, you can make more profit. So definitely if you are a producer, you always will try to reduce your cost. So if you're going to reduce your cost, definitely output is also going to increase. So the first stage before point M, in this particular way where LRC is decreasing, cost is decreasing. Whenever cost is going to decrease, for the producer it is a profit making logic. So when he is going to make a good profit, so then he is going to supply more quantity of goods. So automatically cost is decreasing, quantity is going to increase. So this way, this particular stage is nothing but IRS, where increasing returns to scale. Why cost is decreasing? Because simple logic, because the input what they are using, more than that output is coming proportionately. IRS, if you want to know what exactly it is, as I said, you have to see my previous videos to understand the long run production function. To connect with this, definitely you have to see that video. So the stage, cost is decreasing, quantity is increasing. Quantity is increasing, so the stage is called increasing returns to scale. Cost definitely increasing, but output is increasing. That's why increasing returns to scale. Whatever input we are using, because of that output is increasing. So the stage is called the first stage. This particular place, it's talking about the first stage, which is IRS, which is increasing returns to scale. So I'm done with the first stage, where at beginning LRSC is decreasing. That means the stage is IRS, which is increasing returns to scale. Let's talk about the second stage. This particular place, you can see it is pretty constant one. It is no much visible here. So you can see this particular place. This is pretty constant one. At point M, otherwise in short, at point M, the cost is constant. When the cost is constant, at the same time, the quantity will be constant. The cost is constant. At the same time, quantity will be constant. Not much cost is there. At the same time, quantity is not also going to vary much. That we can see at the point here. This particular point. So, this particular stage where the cost is almost constant, that stage is called CRS, which is constant returns to scale, where cost is also constant, at the same time returns also constant. So in the point M, that will be called as the second stage of the production function. And the continuation with that. When the the LRMC is increasing after point M, can you see it's increasing? So the simple thing, when cost line is going upward, that means cost is increasing, isn't it? The cost is moving upward. This is a cost curve. Cost curve is moving upward, that means cost is increasing. Cost is increasing. Is it a good for the producer? No. Cost should be less. Only then he can come with a more profit. But in this after point M, what we are saying is cost is increasing. The cost is increasing, so definitely profit making logic is not going to work for the producer. He's going to lose his profit. So definitely, so here the output what he is coming with, this is the third stage, which is DRS. Here the cost is increasing, so quantity is going to decrease because he is not seeing any of a profit. Producer, he always ready to take a risk that time when he is going to get more profit. If he is not getting any kind of a profit, why he is going to bear that much risk to produce more number of goods? So definitely he is not willing to. So in this side, after point M, what we are seeing is the cost is increasing. When cost is increasing, definitely the returns what he is getting, the output what he is giving, that is going to decrease because cost is going to increase. So this way, the third stage after M point, that stage will be called as DRS, diminishing returns to scale. So this way, by merging two theories, which is a long run production function and long run cost, so this is the way, this is the reason why LRMC curve is the broad U shape. The simple reason behind it is that definitely the production function, which is the law of returns to scale theory, is the reason for that. So definitely LRMC is also U-shaped. So this is the concept. This is also one of the 4-mark question. I hope you understood what is the reason behind LRMC. It's a broad U, and how exactly LRMC and LRMC, how they are moving with each other. So how they are going to cut, how they are going to intersect each other, so that I am really cleared all your confusions, I guess. So now, so I'll come and meet you guys with a next one more video. If you really liking my video, please do subscribe. Thank you so much.